This is an art attack. This is an art attack. This is art attack. Hello there. Now then, how do you turn an ordinary photograph into a work of art? You place it on an easel, a real masterpiece. Come and have a look at this. To make a photo easel, you'll need some of these things, lolly sticks. Now, you can buy these in packets from supermarkets or even art and craft shops, or you could collect your own when you've finished eating your lollies. But get stuck in, because you'll need 8 of these all together. Now, take 2 lolly sticks and then take some PVA glue or some good, strong, all-purpose glue and squeeze a blob onto the end of one of the sticks, like that, and just overlap the other stick by about 2 centimetres and press it down into the glue like that. And just press it firmly into place and hold it till it's dry. And when it's dry, you will have one long stick that looks like that. Then make another long stick in the same way using 2 lolly sticks, and then place them side by side on a flat surface and just press them together, just push them together like that so that they nearly touch at the top but not quite, so you've got sort of an A shape. Then take your photograph that you want to frame, place it in the middle of the sticks like that and push it slightly up to the top there, so it's slightly nearer the top than the bottom, and then let it fall onto the sticks gently. Try not to let the sticks move. And then take your glue and put a blob of glue above the photograph onto each stick. Try not to get any glue on your photo. And then a blob of glue on each of the sticks below the photo. And again, try not to make anything move here. And you notice I've got nice clean sticks here. That's because I've washed them after I've eaten the lolly. Try not to make anything move there. And then take another stick, place it in the glue below your photo and just line it up with the bottom of the photo, press it in the glue, and then take another stick and very carefully snap it in half. But be careful that you don't get any splinters there. If you do get any splinters, just trim them off. Put one half of that stick to one side, you'll need that in a minute, and put the other half of the stick, yes, you've guessed it, above the photograph into the glue as a sort of crossbar across the top. Just line it up with the top of the photo. And then carefully lift your photo off and leave those sticks to dry in the glue. And when they're dry, you'll have something that looks like that. And that is your photo easel frame. That's the bit at the front that the picture goes on. Now, to make the bit at the back here, the stand, just take 2 more lolly sticks and this time overlap them by a half a stick. 2 centimetres the first time we did it, but now it's half a stick. See that? And glue those 2 together like that, so you then have something that looks like that. And that will now be your stand. Then take that half stick that we put to one side, and the idea is to draw around that onto a piece of good, strong drawing paper and cut it out so that you have a similar shape to that, only in paper, so it's like a paper flap. Throw this half stick away now, you won't need that, but you will need this paper flap, and the idea is to fold that in half. Now, it can be a bit fiddly, so do it carefully. Just fold it in half, like that, and then open it out again and take some more glue and just smear some glue all over the inside of that paper flap, and then very carefully just place the tip of your stand over the edge of that paper flap into the glue, and then close the flap like that so that it sandwiches the stand, and half of the paper is gripping the stand there and the other half of the paper is sticking to itself. And just hold that into position till it's dry. When it is dry, you'll have a strong paper flap on the end of your stand sticks, and then you just stick that to the back of your photo easel frame on that top crossbar up there, and you just put a dab of glue on the back of that top crossbar and place that flap into the glue and hold it firmly in place till it's dry. And again, when that's dry, you now have this strong paper hinge at the top that forms your stand. And then it's ready to paint. And you paint it using a nice light brown poster or acrylic paint and just slop it onto your easel, all over the easel. Paint the whole thing, front and back. I'll just do this bit quickly to show you. And when your paint is dry, you can add on some felt tip pen detail. And that's exactly what I did with this one. Let's have a look at this. What I've done is the old wispy black lines with a thin black felt tip pen there to create the wood grain effect. That's very easy to do. And I used a silver pen to put dots here to look like nails on the joints. And then to stop it falling over, I've just tied some thin string around the legs and around the back of the stand so it doesn't open out too far. And then it's simply a case of positioning your stand wherever you want to and place your photograph on your photo easel stand. Look at that, a real masterpiece. Try it yourself, a photo easel.
Hello! Yes, it's me, the head. Now that is fantastic. Remember, it all starts with 8 lolly sticks. First of all, make sure they're clean and glue 2 together so they overlap a bit. Do the same with 2 more and place them down so that they're closer together at the top in a sort of A shape. Lay your photo on top of them and glue another stick underneath it. Then very carefully snap another stick in half. You could get someone else to do this for you and glue 1 half above your photo. While it's drying, make the stand by gluing 2 more sticks so that they overlap each other by half. Stick a little strip of paper at one end of them to make a flap and glue this to the back of the easel so it can stand. Paint it, add some pen detail and tie on some string to make it sturdy. And you'll have an easy easel to frame your photo. Oh, yes.
Yes, I'd like to order, please. Oh, oi, waiter, I'd like to order, please. Can I have chips, pizza?
I'm terribly sorry, sir. I'm awfully busy.
And beans. Oh, it's all right. Big heart attack time.
wonderful. Of course, I've been a waiter all my life. A head waiter. Oh, I'm funny.
Here's a great design for a greeting card, and it is so simple. Just cut a rectangle of white thick paper or thin card, and make sure you cut it twice as wide as it is high, so that when you fold it in half, you fold it into a square, and that's a square greeting card shape now. And then take a pencil and just draw a spiral on the front of the card, starting in the top left-hand corner, going all the way round your card like that, and just spiralling in on itself towards the centre like that. And it doesn't need to be neat, just make sure it spirals tighter as it gets in towards the middle. And then write your greeting card message between those lines. Now do this using a felt tip pen, and it's just a case of writing your message between the lines, making sure it reaches from top to bottom like this. And your writing doesn't need to be neat or anything. In fact, the crazier it is, the better. And when you've written your message, change colour and write it again. And see what I'm doing here? I'm just turning the card as I'm writing the message between the lines. And slowly but surely, I start to write in my message, happy birthday, spiralling in towards the middle like this. And again, I'm not writing it neatly. And this is another one of those designs that I think it sort of does itself. See what's happening here? You're starting to wrap the writing underneath the line above it. And slowly but surely, your design starts to take shape. And I have to say, these are my favourite sort of art attacks. The design does itself. And see again, the nearer the centre I get, the quicker I'm having to turn it. Let's squeeze one more in there, a blue one, I think. I'm going to get another one in. Ah, and we go. Will he make it? Yes, he will. And when you've finished your design, just rub the pencil spiral out, and there you have a fantastic spiral card design. And here's another way of making a different spiral card design. This time, cut out a square of white paper, and again, in the same way, draw a pencil spiral that spirals all the way across and into the middle. And this time, take your coloured pen, and instead of writing between the lines, write your message on the line, and change coloured pen every time you change your word. So you've got to someone, and you see what I'm doing here? My writing is slightly smaller, and that pencil line goes through the centre of the writing. And the writing stays exactly the same size throughout on this one. But again, you just turn it so it spirals into the middle. And just keep writing your message in exactly the same way. Don't leave any gaps. And when you've rubbed out your pencil spiral, you'll have something that looks like that, a different type of design. And then it's just a case of putting a dab of glue onto the back of your paper, and then stick it to a square greeting card that you've made in coloured card this time. And there you have a different type of spiral card design. And you can make them in any colour you like. What about trying them in gold and silver pen on black? That's really effective. And look at this. Fancy writing. This one I've done in sort of thick, chunky balloon writing. Try it yourself. A spiral card.
Hi, I'm Jodie, and I had a giant red pepper art attack using torn up bits of coloured tissue paper.
Hi, I'm James, and I made a stained glass window. To make it, I drew a landscape with wax crayons and felt tips. Then I cut out an arch-shaped window from a piece of black paper and stuck it to my design so that the picture shone through. I'm Kate and I made a picture using coloured paper and silver foil. To make my picture, I first drew the outline of a spaceship and flying saucer onto silver foil. Then I cut the shapes out and stuck them onto black paper.
Oh yeah, great art attacks. Hey, and that picture that had some foil in it just goes to prove you can make pictures out of almost anything. And you know, you can get shiny foil from loads of places. Sweet wrappers, chocolate wrappers, biscuit wrappers, milk bottle tops, kitchen foil. And the great thing about shiny foil is you can bend it, shape it, cut it, fold it and crinkle it into almost any shape. And you know what? It looks great against dark paper. Watch this. Right, couple of pieces nicely cut to shape to start with. And another bit there. And just bend that into shape like that. And some strips. Gold foil there and a piece here. Just tear a bit, shape it a little bit. Snip another few shapes. Through there. Any idea what it is yet? It's very easy to bend, look at that. Just bend it there. Oops. Bend another bit. And let's scrunch some this time. There. Yeah, but you've guessed it now. Just place that there. And another bit. In there. Yes. And finally. And just to finish it off, some of the tiniest bits of foil I know, glitter. Just sprinkling it very gently. A little bit there, and there it is. Try yourself a foil picture, and I'll see you next time. Ta-ra!
And Out of Touch back same time next week.
I tell you what, Neil has taught me a lot from watching that. That's fantastic. Look at that. Look at that.
Well, you've just screwed up a bit of foil.
No, no, no. That's a sculpture. If you look at famous artists, I can never work out what they are. You see, that could be worth thousands of pounds.
Self.